go with me to do some cooking on the grill in the snow. Come on along. Well, it's the 21st of February. We had snow again. I'm getting ready to grill today. I thought I'd show you out here before I get started. I'm working and getting ready to season my meat and stuff. I got burgers and pork and stuff. Anyhow, I thought I'd show you. I mean, got some deer visiting here because that's our family of deer visits here about every day. So there we go. All right, I thought I'd show you what I've got here. I've got three, we used to call them pork shoulder steaks. I guess that's what they still call shoulder steaks. Anyhow, they call them pork steaks now. Anyhow, then we got three regular pork chops and a pack of ribeye pork chops that we're doing. We've got 8 of the steak burgers, and we also got that's third pound. We got 8 half-pound regular hamburgers, all beef. The burgers is, and anyhow, we're getting ready to put this on the grill, and I'm gonna go ahead and season the pork first on one side and show you what I'm doing. I'll start with pepper. I put it on kind of thick. It don't hurt it. Pork's got a lot of fat, oil in it. It boils out and you lose a whole lot of the pepper anyhow, but some people wait till everything's done before they put pepper on it, but I like the taste of the pepper cooked into the meat and the other spices. I don't like waiting after something's already cooked before I put the spices on it because it don't seem to soak into the food as good. You get the taste of it on the outside of the meat and that's it. Well, anyhow, I'm gonna go ahead and on the third pound burgers and pepper them. And I'm showing you, I hope I'm not shaking too bad to foul up my recording too bad. It's been the first time I'm doing a cookout in over 2 weeks, close to a month. We've had snow on the ground for over 2 months here. And it almost got off of our yard a couple times, but it started snowing back again. And it just led to more snow. We had a lot of cold weather, windy weather, and so on and so forth. So anyhow, this is one of the worst winters we've had so far, and I don't know how many years. Putting some Lou's barbecue seasoning on the meat here first, after the salt and pepper on them. All right, I've got that side. Our steak burgers is getting not Blackstone. It's in a Blackstone container. Montreal steak seasoning from McCormick's. It's been transferred into this container so it's easier to handle. And 29-ounce containers of McCormick's is too hard to handle. So anyway, you can't use it. That's one layer. Get ready to put some aluminum foil on it, do another layer of burgers. Got more pork chops, so that's how that's going to go. Just hang on loose for a minute. I'm going to show you the second layer. I got the 8 half-pound burgers over here, getting ready to season. Got 2 more of the pork steaks, three more of the pork steaks. Then I've got some center cut pork chops here. Pork chop. I forget what they call it. Don't call them center cut. Call them something else. Steak chops, I guess you call them. Got eight of them. So getting ready to season them. So watch what I'm doing. I'm putting on pepper first. I guess I'm putting on pepper. Yeah, it's coming out. It's just hard for me to see sometimes. I hope I'm showing you where you can see what you're looking at here. I like to see what I'm looking at, don't you? Can you tell I'm country as cornbread? Well, I'll have some cornbread with this pork. Cornbread's good pork. I have to get the wifey to make us a big kilo of soup beans and cornbread. Lord, have my fried taters. It just be on. Potatoes to you people's high class kind of, you know. Us Southerners, you know, these hillbillies, I guess you'd call us, Appalachian people, call it taters. I asked a fellow one time, I have to tell this, he's country as I am, or worse. I said, you know what a spectator is? He studied me and said, that's a picture somebody just looks at stuff, ain't it? Looks at things everybody else doing. Not really. I said, that's a tater with a speck on it. You got to take a knife to dig that speck off it, tater. Oh, God. He thought I was silly. And I probably was. Spectator. Who would have thought? Who would have thunk it? I'm not cooked nothing out in about a month, maybe longer than that because of this weather. Got snow on the ground, about 2 or 3 inches of snow. And we had to clean off the back porch where the grill's at. You know, it's not covered over top of the grill. And wife want me to cover that back porch, but it'd just be something else to end up holding a bunch of junky stuff we accumulate. And I don't want nothing else. I got enough stuff. I need to go through and eliminate some of the stuff I got. She does too. And I don't want to branch on out. I'm done branched. Anyhow, that was the pepper. Boy, it took a long time. No, I ain't got it on all. I got to get this one over here too. I don't want to forget this one. Didn't have no room on that thing to set that while I was just let it in the pack. It came in. All right, that's the pepper. All right, a little bit of salt on that side. And I'll do the other side too once I get this camera turned off here in a minute. All righty, let's do the pork first with this. A little bit of this. Okay, it's Lou's barbecue seasoning. Dry rub, I guess you'd call it. I called it sauce the other day, and it's dry rub. All right, that's got that. Let's do this. Gonna put the McCormick's Montreal steak seasoning on the burger. It's in a Blackstone container because I transferred it to be easier to use. The McCormick's Montreal steak seasoning is in a 29-ounce container. I just transfer it over because it's too hard to shake and handle. So I got that side done. I'm going to turn them over and do the other side, and then we'll be heading out to the Gorilla for the Magilla. Okay? All right, I've sprayed the top of the grill with olive oil. I'm going to cut my gas on, preheat my oven to around 350 or so, or 400, and go from there. Trying to make sure all these on. Can't tell if they are or not. This ain't been started in a long time, so I guess it'll kick in a minute. Anyhow, I'll let it preheat to about 350, 400. All right, it's almost up to 300. I'll go ahead and load it. The top 8 of the burgers are ½ pound each. They've been seasoned, so we're ready to put these on the Gorilla. I don't know if I can get all these big burgers on here at one time or not. I guess I can. The other one ain't hardly that big, so I probably can. Let's get them on. The other one's a little bit smaller. Get this stove down about halfway. It's flaring up already. A grease farce trying to start. So anyhow, the way that cookie's gonna bounce today. Let's get this cooking show on the road. Snow or no snow, here we go. What about that? Look out through there with me. 24 degrees, the wind's about 20 miles an hour, 25. I got a ball hat and a boggin on and some extra clothes. So anyhow, we just have to see how this cook's gonna go here. Anyway, I hope it turns out all right. Y'all stay with me. I'm gonna tell you, I got this cook started about 10 to 4. And first time I turn, it's gonna be in 5 minutes on each side. Then after that, be every 2.5 minutes, I think. So anyway, it takes about 20 minutes, maybe 25 minutes to cook these burgers. So depending on how hot I run the fire. So anyhow, I don't want to stay here too awful long, but I've got another load of pork to go on here. So a big load of it. So it will be on here after this. So anyway, here we go. Time to turn these the first time. I was going to tell you, I used to have to get out and work in weather like this when I was a young man. I went to work on the railroad when I was 18 years old. And the coldest that I ever worked out, had to work outside too. We wasn't inside no heater. It was a place that had a heater on it or anything, working on the track, doing the maintenance of the rails and the railway. Anyway, the coldest that I ever worked was over in Raven, Virginia. It was 17 below zero, and we was trying to replace some ties, and the rails had froze to the, well, it rained a few days before it got real cold, right? The rails had froze to the top of the ties, and it was so cold, the way we had to, our boss had us pump diesel fuel out of a big 55-gallon barrel with a hose and a pump onto the rail, and he set it on fire and let it burn for about 30 minutes to get enough heat on that rail to cause it to free up from them ties. You think how cold it was. We'd get out, they had a big fire built. About half of us would work while the other half was standing by the fire. Then we'd switch out. It was so cold when I topped the mountain or at Feds Creek, going from West Virginia toward Raven, Virginia, that morning about 4:30 going to the job, that it was so cold, 17 below zero. It's hard to tell what it was up there on top of that hill. The inside of my windshield, after driving for 30 minutes or 45 minutes, frosted on the inside of my windshield with the heat on and everything. It was cold. But anyhow, it's time to turn this. And while I'm talking to you, I hope I can see about snow blind here. Let me turn some of these over and see if you get any color. I hope you can, the snow and the sunlight out here is not blinded you too. I got glasses on. Most of my vision problems up close, so anyhow, they got the stuff in the glass that makes them tint. And they'll turn plumb dark. Sometimes I can't see nothing when I go in the house. I have to take them off. But anyway, I thought I'd tell you, I don't want to run this video forever. I had to work in that type of weather. Thank God I've made it through it. Time to turn these burgers again. They're coming along pretty good, I think. We'll just see here in a few minutes what we got. Oh, we got cooking, Doc. What's up, Doc? Oh, Lord. You know, I come from a time when if somebody had an important phone call coming, they couldn't leave the house. They had to stay home. Now you got a cell phone. Back in, the cell phone, the only cell phone they had is the outside. You could reach outside. I didn't have to do it. Remember one time over something. It was an oddball thing, just an accidental thing that happened to me. But I went to jail one time over something stupid and got out, and they dropped the charges and stuff. But anyhow, they had these phones that hung up. You could just barely reach through the bars, and it was hung on the wall opposite the bars, past where the people, the guards and stuff walked. And that was the cell phones. Oh, Lord. And Facebook, there wasn't no such thing as Facebook back then. When I was growing up going to school, Facebook was you had your face in a book. That's so much for that. There's one more thing I want to say. You know, back when you're young, if you don't watch it, you blow your money on stuff, it's foolish. I made good money and stuff, but I wasted a fortune on buying new cars every other year. Now, I mean, every other year I was working, had a good job, and in the union and all that, you know. And I thought I deserved it, you know. I couldn't keep my eyes off them new trucks or cars or whatever, you know. But they had kept me in debt all the time. Oh, they'll trade with you. They'll keep you in debt if you'll sign in papers. And they'll raise your payment every time. They never lower your payment when you trade. Anyhow, I got thinking I wasted a fortune. So, The last vehicle I had, I'd kept for 5 years and had 100,000 miles on it. I put a lot of miles on the vehicle. And there was nothing hardly wrong with it, but I wanted to trade, you know. But the one before that, I bought it in 2003 and kept it for 20 years. 20 years. Had almost 200,000 miles on it. And hit deers with it and everything, you know. Got into flood water one time with it, you know, but it didn't get inside of it. And I kept that vehicle for 20 years. It earned its price, I tell you it did. It was faithful. And you can waste a fortune on cars. And when I started getting to where I had a little bit of money coming in from being retired, and I decided to retire. When you retire, you can see more or less what you're going to have after so long, see, or what you can do. I saved up a little bit of money, not a lot, and went to a land auction and started investing in real estate. And I've done that for about 20 years, still do it. And I've had a lot of properties over the years. And I'm not talking about expensive real estate, I'm talking about auctions. These auctions where people get behind on their taxes and a state auctions their properties off. Sometimes you have to bid up pretty high, but most of the time it ain't too awful bad. You gotta go through a lot of red tape to get your deeds. But I started doing that about 20 years ago. And I've been blessed. And I'm not in a financial bind. But that's just some advice to you. I got interested in it, started studying about it, made the first move. Went to an auction and bought the properties more or less in the dark, didn't know them no more than I just know about where it's at because I lived in that area since I was a kid. Know roughly what the stuff is at, and that's more or less bid it in the dark. And it took me years to be able to sell some of them. And it looked like I was going to get rid of some of them, but I come out on it in the end. So I thought I'd tell you. Maybe you're interested in that or thought about it. People accuse me of being rich and all that type of stuff. I don't look at it like I am. I'm not changing my attitude as I was before I've got what I've got right now. I got a pretty nice house, place to live, pretty nice vehicle. Live in a good area, nice clean area. And the neighbors is not fighting and raising a hill all around me. Like one of the places that I've lived, some of the places I've lived in the past. Blessed to have a place like this and me retired. And somebody say, "You're rich, you're a millionaire," all that time. I'm not. Well, if I am, I wouldn't tell you about it. Could I be? I could be, but you could be too. So, anyhow, one thing I've learned: when you've got something that you don't want everybody to know about, don't tell everybody. Don't let the cat out of the bag. If you do, you're asking for trouble. Because you'll have cousins getting in need that you never thought you ever had. Time to turn these burgers again. I'm going to put some of these bigger burgers over here where most of this heat's coming from. See if that helps a minute. Okay, if I can remember where I put it at now. Put the littler ones up over here somewhere. Let's see what I got here. And there he is. Alrighty, let's get with it. It'll be much longer, I'll be taking the boogers off. Let it go about 400 now. Then about another 2.5 minutes or so. All right, it's time to load these pork chops and pork steaks here. Okay. That's hot too. Done took the burgers off. They was ready to go. You lay these in here where I can see what I'm doing here. Hope I got enough room to put all these on here. Got quite a bit of pork today. Get it up there right, I guess, I hope. And laying down there cockeyed. Get up there. I don't like it laying cockeyed. Alrighty. Little pork steaks. Little small ones. Got the pork today and the burgers, buddy. I tell you, we do. That's one layer that's down. If I get the rest of them, I'll be cooking with gas. Get this stuff off my hands here. Alrighty. Let's just see what the doctor ordered here. Let's get that one right there. Let's put the other pork steak way up here. See if I got enough room. Let's stick that in there. Maybe. Yep. Another pork steak. Let's put him right there, I guess. I tell you, another pork steak. How much that 2-pack pork steak? I guess I did. I might have forgot to tell you about that 1-pack. I had 2 packs evidently in here. So anyhow, that's it. Let's put it around and see what we got cooking, Doc. Let's get this shoe on the road. Get this show on the road. Time to turn some of this the first time. Got a little flare up happening here, which won't hurt it. We'll cut the grill off for a minute, let the flare up burn out. Have it from time to time with a gas grill. So anyhow, we'll do that. And then we'll proceed. We'll proceed. Been about 5 minutes since we started this. This is how everything's looking. Oh, I tell you, get that off of that hot star part. Take it and lay it over here too. I don't like it getting on there like that. I don't like it being on the scorching floor. We'll just set it over to the side for now. And listen, we'll turn it. We'll take that and change it. We'll worry about that burns down. We'll have to flare it burns down. We'll rearrange it. Hey, I turn these pork chops on 5 minutes the first time, and every couple 2.5 minutes or 3 minutes from there on out there. So anyhow, actually got the second side cooked on 5 minutes. I thought I'd tell you that. I'll tell you also, don't let cold weather stop you from cooking. If you like barbecuing hamburgers on the barbecue and pork and steaks and beef, just chicken or whatever, just get with it. Get some clothes on. I got my boots on. I got an outfit under my pants and my clothes, and a good thick jacket on. It's got the lining like sheep skin lining or whatever it's called. And my hands in my pocket, thick coat on. Don't let that stop you. Not only that, I put a boggin on over top of my ball hat and Harley Davidson hat. I call it a ball hat. It's Harley Davidson hat with a bill on it. Put a boggin over it, you know, and I keep my watch handy where I can look at it, you know. That's an Elgin. Everybody thinks it's worth a lot of money. You think about that. And I can keep an eye on how long my meat's cooking. It's not worth a whole lot of money. Turn these one more time. Won't be long. I'll be taking these pork chops and stuff off. The pork steaks, the little ones, will cook faster. I'll take them off here maybe in the next 2 or 3 minutes. So they've not cooked long enough, probably just about. So anyhow, that's how this one goes. And I don't want to overcook some of the pork chop. The pork steaks might take just a little bit longer. So anyhow, this is just about done. It's cooking. It went by better than what I figured it would. Anyhow, everybody won't get out in the weather like this and do this. But my family likes this type of stuff, and I like it. And I'll do it if I'm able to do it, as long as I'm able to do it. Get a few of the small ones off, make room for the big ones to finish off, I guess. Alright, let's get these in here. Whatever, I guess. Let's see. Won't be long now. We have all this stuff over here. Put this out in the center. So they cook hotter. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Yes, just let it go for a few more minutes. Gotta watch this one. Just flare it up real bad right there. Let's just see how this is gonna turn out. Put it up there. Let's get this one to do it right too. I don't like it burning it up. Time to take these pork chops off. I was thinking some people down south call these pork chop. I don't know. You know, the southern language is just different than all the rest. I guess I'm a southerner. I'm sure a mountain man, that's for sure. I live up on the mountains here on the New River Gorge. And it is cold, been snow on the ground for 2 stupid looking months. Hey, it better have a good spring and summer and a fall this year. This is the worst cold weather in the winter that we've had in years. Ice, snow and ice and rain and snow and ice and floods. These people flooded all around in different counties and stuff, so even in this in some places. My God. Anyhow, let's cut the stove off. Cut the gas off. Alrighty. And let's cut it off at the tank. Alright, let it cool down before I cover it back up. But I am ready to take this cook in. And I'll see you inside. Right here is the finished product, and I'm gonna eat a pork steak and a burger. Got some baked beans and under that steak laying there, and a baked potato, some green onions, and a salad, and a Diet Pepsi. Thank you, Jesus, for blessing us with food today. And thank you for everybody that's come by and visited with me, watching me do this cooking in the cold weather out in the snow on the back porch today. Because it ain't been easy, but we rolled through it and made it through it. Thank you, Lord, for everything. Bless all my neighbors and bless all the ones that's watching this. Give your life to Jesus, people, because that's the right thing to do. Amen.